You understand? So if they are afraid, I've given them the solution here. It's very simple. When there's about to be the election, they come and they sign some peace pact. Nobody forces them to sign. They sign it to show that they are all committed to peace. I hear some people are saying they this time they won't sign it. But they will sign it. Because if you don't sign it, you lose. You understand? They will sign it. They should put such a document down for people to come and sign. That's all. And then that election, they won't vote for me thing will run away.
At this point, we have to put away our political interest and consider the betterment of the country. And as you said, if we do that, it will go a long way for us.
Yes, we should agree, and well, we'll get to why they are also lackadaisical. We'll get there in the next 2 points. Let's look at what Cheddar said. Cheddar, in his first video, he made 3 videos, and I've seen them all. In his first video, he was saying he was speaking about the protesters. Okay, that he does not condone the lawlessness of the protesters. He said specifically, he cannot support demonstrations like that because he thinks that it's sponsored by a certain political party. Okay. Then he made a second video clarifying because people started bashing him on the internet. Then he said, he's saying it directly favors one particular party and he wants us to question who is behind them. Okay. Then the last one he made a U-turn, explaining that he now supports every demonstration because, of course, last year when they've had demonstration, he sent the demonstrators food and other things. He supports peaceful demonstration, but this one was not peaceful. It was unlawful demonstration, involved a lot of back and forth with the police. He does not support it, so nobody can now come and say that he does not support. And of course, Galamsey should stop, but it shouldn't be through violence. Okay, it shouldn't be through violence. We should demonstrate with our votes. That's how he ended that video. And this is what he said. So this is like 3 or 2 different positions at the same time. And that is why I think people do not want to come out. Because he came out to say what he thought. He has had the reason to come back 2 times to come and now explain. Finally siding with the people, the demonstrators. In the 3rd video, he actually said, he thinks that we should vote. Well, if you people have no opinion, what I think is that this is this is Cheddar thinking like a politician. Like they are all the other people. If there's uprising today and there's confusion and 7th January, who will be voting? Assuming he has a chance to win, that will be his chance. So starting, he says, no, don't be violent. You don't support violence. You don't support this type of demonstrations. Let's, because, and then he's thinking that there's one particular party supporting so that they can get the upper hand and overthrow the other. And then he had to make a U-turn quickly because he's seen that the people that will vote for him are now on the internet very enraged and angry about his comments. And then again, he had to say we should go and vote. So, in as much as he's my favorite candidate for this particular election, I have to put it out there. Not that I think he's any special, but I think that his agenda of breaking the 2-way votes is very important for our politics. If he's able to succeed to even bring it to a runoff, okay, and then we'll see whether you allow somebody to absorb him into it. We'll see. But he's able to bring it to a runoff. I would say he has achieved, even if he doesn't become president. But for him to now say that because we have to vote, we should not demonstrate, which he has done a U-turn on, that tells you how the politician thinks. He's also thinking about the vote. the ballot box, all his investment into the campaign and this and that and the other. Once there's confusion, all goes down the drain, like we've seen in other Arab countries like Libya, Egypt, and all those places. So let's not take these politicians for granted. Anything that we see they do, they have sat down, deliberated, and calculated. They know exactly what to say, what not to say, where not to go, where to keep quiet, and where to open the volume. And now they've decided that their tactics is to keep quiet and watch Ghanaians drink dirty water. They have become a laughing stock to the world. There was this UK guy who went to the north somewhere and was, showing the whole world the water, giving the dirty water to the people to drink. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. To show that, they were digging boreholes because of the situation. But why do you allow those people to drink that water in camera? That's humiliating us. You understand? Humiliating us and the leaders as well. When they go out there and they speak as if everything is fine in Ghana. You understand? So, for me, these political parties and their flag bearers have been quiet on purpose. Just like everybody else has been quiet on purpose. They know there are consequences when they speak out. There are consequences, and they are not willing to agree behind closed doors and say, let's all go and speak against it. When we speak against it, the majority of the people will agree. And the people who want to use that as a voting ground, then if they like, they shouldn't vote. Okay, so the patriotism that Anas brought out, it's plain right there. All our candidates. Cheddar shifting his position, we don't know if we should trust him or he's just being a politician at that moment. Nobody has come out to say anything. Not even Kiadonko. I'm disappointed. The thing is now there, where the water body is brown. We knew it before 2016, around 2010, where there was a Chinese queen pin. I've forgotten an Aisha one or something. Back then, we knew it. So, if you look at the profile, the way we've discussed this thing, the president is a citizen. Ministers are citizens. Chiefs are citizens. Pastors are citizens. Same way me and you, we are citizens. And one day, we may find ourselves there. So, if we are blaming, and that is how, it's human nature. You remove yourself from the problem and blame the other person. Now, those who are living there, they are the ones to blame for the brown water. But we saw it and we were quiet. We saw it. Those who are in school were going to their school. We, those who were working, were focusing on our work. It was all over social media. And when they lifted the ban, we saw it. So the one day will say that we deserve the leaders we have. I don't know if you've seen this video, a scenario where this professor walks into the lecture room and then decides to pick on one lady and sacks the lady from the class. And the lady goes away. And then he starts his lecture and he says, who thinks what I did to the other lady was unfair? People raise their hand. Then he asks why. Everybody gave their reason. Then he asks, if you thought it was wrong, why were you quiet?
Because
the one raised their hand and said, because they thought it wasn't them. So, but if it's being done to somebody sitting by you and you're quiet and you're watching because it's not you, when it's you, everybody else will be quiet. This is what we should understand. Okay, and we have nice proverbs. There's someone who said, "Obiabo, you say share." Why are they?
What's sense with him?
Good. Next time, we so crowded for our you need to because it made me to watch him.
It's 4:00.
And this is where we as a, you see, they say Gen Z and whatever, all those things. I don't think that we in Africa identify by those things. They know why they name their generations. We don't. But we've gotten to the point where I think Ghana is considered as one of the very well advanced African countries. You understand? And we say that we are educating our population. 5 million people have gotten secondary education level. That's just in 7 and something years. You understand? And selectively, we do not teach some of these things. You understand? The me, myself, and I type of thinking. The reason why we were colonized so nicely by the Europeans and their allies is because they pitch you against me. They pitch the Fantis against the Ashantis. They pitch and formerly we were existing. I'll come and conquer you, but you now become part of me. And we'll strike a deal. You bring me this at the end of the year, and we are peaceful. But then they will come and tell you, I will support you. These people think, let's go in. And then they will come and tell this lady that these people are coming to attack you. Then you watch you kill yourself. And that is what is going on. We are attacking our leaders. They are not doing this, they are not doing that. They are selling us to the Chinese. What are we doing?
Interesting.
We are sleeping as citizens. The president said, be citizens and not spectators. We are spectating. Majority of us. Look at the people who turn out for the demonstration. According to the police, they even arrested bystanders, and they are only 50 out of the youth in this country. And I'm sure if you look at the population census, the youth are the majority. 50 people were arrested. They even went and scooped one mate who was standing somewhere. They went and scooped the guy. They scoop people from church. And they put, you think they can put, if they were like 500,000, all of them in jail?
They wouldn't have.
They won't even think about it. They will now sit down and listen. But we are not taught activism. When the Kenyans did it, you think they were not afraid? When people were dying, people were getting missing, people were being shot at, and they were still holding their flag high. You think it's by mistake? No. You see? So, if we sit down and we blame leadership and we are just sitting down, everybody's eating their jollof in their house, and we are sitting down. Do so. Hey. So, I feel that if we fold our arms and cross our legs and sit down and blame people, I mean, once we do that, we don't have the right to blame anybody, because we put our leaders there and we check out. To the next 4 years when there's election, then we will come and take 50 Ghana, 200 Ghana, then we vote, then we go and sleep. That's being a spectator. When people step on the streets and demonstrate for things like this, it's not like giving some silly LGBT or some special laws. This is life and death issues. And they didn't get up to 100 people, 50 people. And that is very troubling on the part of we people who sit on the internet and talk blah, 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 type and sound angry and don't show up for anything. That is where you understand? Why man on your organization do? You know, so we should stop thinking about individual benefits. And this is Ghana. We were the first to get independent. Look around us. You think Nigeria, something like this will go and people will be in their rooms? Or Kenya, look at what happened in Kenya. Or if you go even to North Africa, forget. They will even kill them, set themselves on fire to make the news and for it to go international. For their presidents, bosses, to hear it and act. So for me, I think the greatest failure, I don't know about you guys, maybe you can talk about the people who have failed the most are the masses of the people. We don't hold anybody accountable. We don't do our civic responsibility apart from voting. Somebody eats and throws it on the floor and thinks that we cannot make that. You understand? And even if we say we have given them the authority and they decide to use the authority on us, we are the same people. Some people will say, that's my livelihood, so what should I eat? We are the same people who come and fight them. So for us, for me, I think what we allow our chiefs to do, what we accept that they do, they will do it. What we accept our politicians to do, they will do it happily, without any trouble. And then we will come back and blame them. No. When we are tolerant of the kinds of negligence that they exhibit towards us, and we are happy because they gave us some 200 CDs or 1,000 CDs or whatever amount they give you for you to come and smile and vote and think you have eaten for 4 years. Even if they paid you $1 million, 4 years, Rebecca saying. You understand? So please, I think we should appeal to the youth. Our fathers and mothers, they've already failed. If today Galamsey is happening like that, our fathers and mothers have failed. The political class, the youth in the political class, they have also been already poisoned. Because let me say this, we are not going to get better leaders than we already have. People are now missing older presidents, former presidents. They are missing them today. When they were there, they thought they were incompetent. They thought they were wicked. They thought, but now, that's why Nkrumah will forever be Nkrumah, because he was the first. And the people who came after him, who thought he was bad, were worse than him. To go down the drain like that. It's up to us, the people who hold the power, to put them there. Because no foreigner can come and vote, no Chinese can come and vote. To hold their neck, hold them on a leash, a very tight one, and tell them, hey, you are going too far, come back. And we should let our vote make sense. If you are in an area and then the MP, the MC promise you something and does not deliver, use your vote to correct it. Don't say, oh, me, I vote NDC. So, I'll come online and come and install the MP, but on one I'm a man. When we are part of the democracy, because democracy is rulership of the people. It's not rulership of the elite or the political class. It's rulership of the people. When we understand that, we can then, when the change is coming from down below, and everybody is in agreement. That's why I say, if there are 500,000 people out there, the police will not even think about arresting anybody. Because if they will arrest, they will just arrest a few. Like this, say 50, and leave the rest. You understand? They can't put the jails will be full. And then we will include the Jubilee House and the others, so that people can also go into prison over there. And there will still be people left. The courts will be full. When we say leaders, we mention our judges. There's Judicial Council and Omonga. Okay, the lawyers, I think there's lawyers, but that one is Twitter. Okay, but some lawyers have taken it. I don't know if it's NDC lawyers or I'm not sure. I can't see, but they are unions of professional unions. We've heard a lot of them, so we'll congratulate them because it doesn't really happen. Because those unions usually are political, but this time they put their political affiliations aside. Because if you are a trader and everybody is dying, who is going to buy? If you are a lawyer or whatever work you do, even with doctors, if everybody comes down with some of these strange illnesses that we are having, everybody is having kidney disease, chronic kidney disease in this country. And now they are saying dialysis should be on insurance for the first time. For first timers. For the first, I don't know whether they. What kind of policy is that? We can't make dialysis machines, but we can allow people to give us chemicals, put chemicals in our drinking water to give us kidney disease. We can't pay. The health insurance is struggling to pay. And it was very bizarre when they were saying that they should include it on the health insurance. You see, when people have kidney disease, they don't have the chance to bargain. No. And you can't use one central line piece and remove it and use it for another person. They have to buy the equipment. It's not like the doctors are wicked. They have to buy the equipment because they are sterile things. It's going into your big vessel, going through the machine. The filters and in all those machines must be changed. And they are imported in dollars. And it's 1 to 16 now, say 15. So you understand? So the cost is up there. And you say we should bring the already burdened national health insurance and put dialysis on it. And we think it's a good political. It's not. It's not. We should go and tackle the causes of those kidney diseases, liver diseases. We already are fighting with alcohol when it comes to the liver problems. Now we are adding mercury and lead and other things as well. So please, don't sit down and cross your leg, because your uncle in the village will come down with liver disease. And that is why I don't attend funerals. And we waste all our time attending the funeral of the person that we ourselves have engineered his death. Now, if you leave me, I'll talk for 1 hour on this. So let's just move on to foreigners. It will be unfair to just mention Chinese, even though they are the majority. And before we say anything, I will say that people mention Chinese because Galamsey has been with us not now. Since time immemorial, we've never seen anything like this. Because the people doing it were doing it on a very small scale. They didn't have the chamfans, they didn't have the excavators. So they did it with their hands, their head pans, they dug, they washed on a small scale. If you put small mud into the water bodies, they may settle and nothing will happen. But this is on the scale that the Chinese have enabled people to be able to now practice this small scale, supposedly small scale mining. It's now medium scale to large scale mining. And now the precaution that large scale miners take, they do not take. You understand? Yes, people do large scale mining in Ghana and in South Africa, all over Africa. We've never seen water bodies like this in Africa. You understand? So that is why people will tag Chinese. But as I've already said, the equipment, when they land at the port, Ghana, we have a few ports. When they land over there, they travel on land, on road. We don't even have trains to say that they use the road. They use a road on which there are police checkpoints from region to region, point to point. How come they are able to get through all this and send it to the bush, to the forest reserve, where there are animals that we don't want to hunt, there are trees that we don't want to cut down? And then they start their mining, and when the waters are brown, people will come and shouting on the internet. We have allowed it. But let's look at the Chinese. Why? And then the Chinese have had their say on this. The ambassador said in Ghana, the ambassador to China, who lives in Ghana, I don't think it was this year, it was during the previous government, about 7 years ago, when the issue came up. He said the Chinese, they don't know where the gold is. Yes, they come from their homeland, and he has a point. They don't know where the gold is. They come and they go to the Minerals Commission, they get their license. They go and see the landowners. They ask them, you say, there's gold here. Let's go, let me show you. They show them. They test, there's gold. Okay, let's dig. They are here to do business. So why do you sit in your country and say Chinese are causing problems when we come and we use the normal route to do these things? The things that we bring, they come through your port. We don't say if it's for mining, don't go and do it. And as we have seen before, it is our own people who coach them. Write this over here, write that over here, partner with me, otherwise they will not allow you. We will show them the ropes. And then when we teach them the ropes, and they are now getting money out of it, we say they are destroying our outer bodies. That's what the ambassador said. That they don't know anywhere in Ghana. They don't have relatives here. They've never been here before. Our people are the ones who enable them. What do you have to say about it?
I think they have a point in that, but also I think they are not thinking about us.
No, why should I think about you? You that is here, you are not thinking about yourself.
We are humans, in as much as we are not thinking about ourselves, they are basing on our little knowledge to exploit us.
No, I disagree with you. I don't agree with you. They say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Maybe here it's allowed. Their country is not allowed. Maybe here it's legal because they have gone through the means. They've gone there. There are big people who have allowed them. They've given money to people in power, in places. And I spoke to one Chinese guy. He was an interpreter to the Chinese miners. And then he brought, one of their guys who had malaria to a certain private hospital I work at. And we were chatting. And he says, according to him, this is not my words. This is according to the guy. He's a Chinese guy. He was discussing with me about how Chinese will go everywhere because of money. And he thinks it's bad. It's even worse than Americans. They will leave their wives. For like 5 years, they haven't seen their wives. And they are in another country because of money. And then he said that when they go to a new area, they look for the police commander or whoever is in charge over there. And they will give him a fat sum of money. 500,000 Ghana cedis. These are his words. And then when they are bringing their stuff and they get to the barrier, when they are close, they call the man on the phone. The moment they get there, they give it to whichever junior police officer is on the road. They do their talking and they open the gates for them to enter. And so when the people who are supposed to be our protectors are complicit because of money they are getting, you can't now blame the guy from China who is here and has invested in your country and is creating jobs. That's the argument. Because supposedly they have gone to, it's not like they snuck into the country. They came legally. They are not illegal immigrants in the country. And when they came and they discovered the business, they went through the means and have paid all they are supposed to pay. That is what one of their ministers say. That we are criminals. He says that we, the third world people, his government should stop giving us loans and bringing the engineers to construct our road for us because we are criminals living in Ghana. This is a Chinese minister. Why? Because when they came and they paid the bribes and got their way, everything, they said, we don't know how to exploit the goods in our land. They came and then paid bribes, got their equipment and everything. We are too dumb to be able to do our own equipment, to do our mining, and they have brought it to us. And when they started mining and we saw it was lucrative, we asked them to stop and deported them, arrested them. And when they left, the same machine that they brought, we have now taken over the machines, have sent it back, and they are doing the same thing. Aren't we criminals? Will you blame the Chinese minister for the tone he's using for us? That we are third world people, criminals?
He's right to say it.
Yes. That's the kind of enumguasia as a country. You can't fault him. And I'll even be happy they stop funding us or for anything. Because that's the only way they will get the foothold to come here. If you do not understand the issues,
all right.
Yeah, they come here because they've seen business opportunities, areas that have not been exploited. They want to come and partake and get their money out. So if the Chinese are coming, that's why I said earlier, anything that's happening is because we the people have permitted it. You can't go to China and do that. They know. Are they more humans than us? Yes. You say no, but me, I think they are, because if they will not allow that, why do we allow them to do it?
We are all humans, just that they think I don't want to say that, but
No, you
they consider a lot of things before they go into
see,
it.
China is not a democracy the way they paint it. No. You can't go and do that. If you try it, you see the consequences.
We have to start doing that in Ghana.
Well, we have to start doing that in Ghana. It's been done before, where people have been killed for quote unquote certain things that they did. You understand? And if it's affecting you directly, you understand that death penalty or the killing somebody doesn't solve, because it has even gotten worse after that. People were killed for less than what they themselves came and did. You understand? But we need a certain dose of patriotism. That is what they have and we don't have. Even from the leadership all the way down. Okay? We say the pledge and we say the national anthem. And it's like it doesn't mean anything. We say it for saying sake. We are saying it half the time we are saying it, we are thinking about something else. You understand? Those things that have left, the national patriotic songs, there's National Civic Education something. National Commission for Civic Education, NCC. They are the ones supposed to teach us. You see, but if you don't have an agenda, if the leadership don't have anything to teach us, if you go to certain, like Japan, the way they train their children, I don't know if you've seen those videos. They teach them hard, like toddlers in preschool. They teach them hard skills. They don't put books and things in front of them. They go to school, they have sleeping break, they come out, they actually do things with their hands. You understand? So, until we have a national agenda where we know that we want the next generation of people to be thinking this way, so we will not come and put some malam on the TV who is sharing money. And then these kids will be watching and say that, oh, if I want to be rich, I have to go and see this guy. There was once that some 7-year-old, 11-year-old murdered a 7-year-old child and sent him to Malam because he was watching some of these people. Funny party anyway, brother, and the other. What you think you can show anything on TV in America? You can't. You can't. Everything is regulated. Even if you do movies, somebody has to look at it and approve it. I'm not saying necessarily that is right, but we need a national agenda. You can't do some things. We need to guide the morality of the people. When it's LGBT, they must see the but Galamsey you're fine. So the LGBT people too, they won't come. The Galamseyers will come. That is what is happening. Okay, so with our Chinese people that are coming, we should leave them alone. We should leave them alone. I will apportion no blame at all to them. Even though they themselves, they see the results. It's not their responsibility to come and protect our hotels for us. If it is okay for us. Because over the years, we have seen that when we have come into contact with other races, nobody will say I'm racist, but I'll say it. They don't think about us. Why don't we learn? Look in history, it's all there. They carry whatever they get and they send it to their hometown. They work with it and they bring it back here for us to buy. And then the same money that they stole, they pay the bribes, you use those monies to go and buy and come and flaunt it and say you are rich. Anyway, let's go to the demonstration. Before I turn it into another monologue, what is your take on the demonstration?
So The demonstration, I would say it was a good start, but they didn't get the support that they needed to make it more meaningful. And even some of the security personnel were supposed to be with them through it all, but I think they were rather demonstrate against it because of how they blocked some of the roads and all that.
No, the police have put out several statements, and they said that when they got a notice for the demonstration, they said they wanted to do it at the opposite the Jubilee House. There's a place that they light a certain flame. I've forgotten the name they've given to that place. That is where they said, and the police said no, for security reasons, you cannot hold such a demonstration over there. And so they should go and think about another place. They went and came back and said, okay, then let's do it at the 37 roundabout. And they still disagreed and gave them 7 other spots in Accra where they should do the demonstration at. But the people disagreed. You understand? And then on the D-Day, they gathered at the 37 roundabout. And that is why they were not there in the first place. And then they came there to actually diffuse the people.
Okay, with that being said, I think it's fair enough, but still the demonstration was for a good cause. And so if we the citizens we had been there in our numbers, the message that they were trying to carry across, it would have been laudable enough for actions to be taken. So it was a good cause.
Anas, what do you think?
I think she has said it that it was for a good cause, and then with what you explained, the police had a right to arrest them. But then, if the police have power to arrest these people, then I think there are lots of people who also need to be arrested who haven't been.
Such as? Who's who? Kai! Such as who? The Galamseyers.
Yes.
And the people, no, no, please. They say she has done nothing. But people who have embezzled money in and out of government.
Be arrested in Ghana. So if they are
No, but to your point, it's interesting that the people who are mining on the site have not been arrested.
Yes.
But the people who are demonstrating against the mining themselves are being arrested. Even Ghana Water has come out in the central region or western region somewhere to come and say that they cannot purify, they don't even purify the water. They remove the debris from it. They are using too much chemicals, and even that one, they are not getting the desired effects they want. They don't remove chemicals from the water. So the lead, the mercury is still in there. However, they need it to be clear so that it will be comfortable for you to drink. So even the clear ones you are drinking is full of chemicals. They are not even to get the turbidity down to drinkable levels. And Ghana Water is government. You understand? The technocrats who are working for Ghana Water in those places, they should fear their work. But they came out and put it there. And government is still saying they will go and arrest those who are and leave the miners in the village. You understand? So, but okay, what do you say about people who say that these demonstrations are politically funded and supported? It's for a political agenda.
It's because Ghana has gotten to that point where it has become political instead of national. It's either NDC or NPP. It's always like if you do anything against, if something is going wrong at a particular time and you say it, it's seen that you are affiliated to the other party because you are talking against the party that is, but we are not viewing it as a national problem. We are viewing.
But Galamsey is not a party. Galamsey and Galamsey itself, I'm not sure that is what people are fighting against. They are fighting against the way they are practicing it illegally. But if you are going to say that there are people doing it right and people are doing it wrong and it's affecting, and everybody should stop. That's why they say stop Galamsey. So
But if
how is
if
Galamsey a party issue?
it's a party issue because we are all blaming the government. Most of us we are all blaming the government, yes. And blaming the government, you are seeing it as the party that's in power right now.
No, but government is not party in power. We said it here.
Yes, but I'm saying that is the mentality of most Ghanaians. So if you come out to speak against it, then most Ghanaians are seeing it as you being affiliated to the opposition party. So it's kind of difficult to voice out right now because if you voice out, Ghanaians will see it as you are doing partisan politics. But it's actually a national standing. So they are not supposed to affiliate people to certain parties because they are speaking up against what is going on in the party. So I don't support the people who say that.
It's
But
politically motivated. You don't think it's politically
I think
motivated?
it's not politically motivated, but maybe the person saying that it's because we are getting close to the election year, and so he is thinking some political party has just
Exactly.
paid
Is it
some
not interesting
people
that
to go and do that just to defame the current party.
no, but
in
is it not
power.
interesting that there's been Galamsey with us all these 7 years, and it's only when there's coming to be another election that it has become an issue.
It's because Ghana, we never take things serious until we know, oh, we are about to change the government into way the other was and bad, they'll take it up, they'll do it. But it's not because it's not politically funded. It's just because we know when we go out at this time, our cries will be heard and maybe our worries will be considered a bit. But I don't think.
But let's even assume, okay, this is my take on it. Let's assume that it's politically affiliated and funded, that the opposition has set agenda and has put these people as front runners and they are sitting by. Let's assume the claims of Nana Kwame Bediako is right. What they are fighting for, is it a wrong thing?
Nah, it's not.
You understand? So the excuse that is politically let's go. Hey, Akufado. Hey, for this thing almost immediately. So, even with the assumption that this is politically motivated, every political party has citizens as its members. We know that they want to come to power, for which they have, incited the general public, in this case, to a very real problem that affects everybody, regardless of their politics. And so, should we say that if a political party brings a good idea, because it's a political party who is pushing that idea, it's a wrong thing? Meanwhile, they push very unproductive agendas all the time. And we follow. We don't beat people for it. Like, for example, I can give an example where I would say politicians have used party lines very unproductively. Number one, the way we had to switch from 3 years education, went back to 4 years, we came back to 3 years. It's all because of politics. This government will come and start something. The other one takes over power and leaves it to rot in the bush, like the Saglame, whatever, housing projects and other affordable housing projects. All these things are politically motivated. We let it happen. Nobody is on the street is going to arrest anybody for anything. This political party says, hey, the election has been stolen. We went to court for it for several months. And so there's been other things. Sorry, there's been other things that politicians have put ahead, have pushed, and it has moved through. Why can't it be Galamsey? And I understand that some of the protesters were unlawful. Some of them did things they were not supposed to do. Okay, and they were not supposed to gather there, and they insisted on gathering there. We get all that. But the police should tell us how come they've all of a sudden remembered their job of protecting the public overnight. When people are destroying the public in the hinterlands, they are destroying people, or people in the hinterlands, they are not public. People in the villages where I'm saying they are also public. And I'm not here to tell the police, the IGP, his work. I've met him once and he's a very fine gentleman. I'm not here to teach him his work, but it's very interesting that those who went out to speak against the criminality, the existential threats that we are facing, have been put behind bars by the protectors of the public, and the same people have failed to protect, the greater harm that's about to befall us. And is it because they've been giving orders to leave those people? I want to know. So at this point, please release the people who were protesting. Release them. They did unlawful things. Yes, people have been doing unlawful things in the bush since 2010. They have been digging. Foreigners, citizens alike. You remember the story where we were told that they arrested 10 people from a mining site, 6 Ghanaians, 4 Chinese. When it's time for the people to show up in court, it was said that all 4 Chinese men have died and their bodies cremated. The people who are foreign nationals, we didn't give them the best conditions in cells, so they have died and we have burnt them. But our own people, we have put them in the best cells, no mosquito, so none of them died. It's not funny. These are the things. And when people are enraged, you don't expect them to obey the law. You don't expect them to obey. I'm not condoning lawlessness on this channel. But when people are angry, that is not the time to tell them koha and koha. Because sabi inka uye wejuma, again do hopo. Them blocking the road is not acceptable. Pulling out police car keys and throwing them, all those, but for gathering at the place and the court, you see, it's like people in government are using the system to corner the people, the masses. That is how it looks. Because it is in law that when I'm about to do any demonstration, I should tell the police. And then when I tell the police will now tell me where to meet. I want to meet in a specific place for a specific effect. And you tell me that, it will cause public disturbance. We are there to cause people who don't understand the issues to be able to see it and say, no. What are these people doing? They are demonstrating. They are in the trotro. Why are they demonstrating? The issues will come up from that side for people to talk about. And then the next day, people can join. They shouldn't have blocked the roads. They shouldn't have been, attacking police here and there. And the police should have also not gone to attack them, whichever way. But to say that you want to dictate where they meet because there will be traffic, I don't know. Then it's not a demonstration. A demonstration is supposed to create those uncomfortable situations for people. You see, maybe me, I don't care about Galamsey, but because of the traffic, me too, I will be angry and speak, and that will get to the government. If I think you go to a brass spot, which is a place where there's no vehicular movement over there, come in some corner, and we'll go and make noise. People passing will not even see us. They will say, oh, yeah, conform with them. People must feel it. It's today that you live in a Jubilee house or you live in Accra and think that those waters will not be affected. Your waters that you are drinking will not be affected. It's today that you are in the Volta region that you think there's no Galamsey. Very soon, when the only clean waters that we have, the rivers that we can drink for, are in Volta region, we will see the strife in the country and we will now understand what these people are in jail for. Today, we didn't even speak about the health implications because there's so much to talk about. And there's injustice for keeping people more than 2 weeks. We are heading to 3 weeks in jail. For doing what? For doing what? There are those people who have robbed the country of huge sums of money. They are sitting in their air-conditioned homes and cars. There are those who have promised to put their jobs online. They are still in their office, enjoying the perks that come with it, and refusing the responsibilities that are associated with it. There are those who have sat down aloof and are watching people to steal from us, leaving us nothing. Those people are there, and they are still leaders over us. And there are those who have also sat down and done nothing whilst our water bodies are being destroyed, going about their daily activities. All of those people have not been arrested. Those who have decided to stand against it are now in jail. Which other country would this happen in? Which other country? Tell me. On a global stage, we have become we have become a laughing stock. People are mocking us. And I decided to do this particular episode because they say the internet never forgets. I want it to go down my voice to it. That when it mattered, I added my voice to it. And if GMA should say we should go on strike today, I'll be the first person to go. To ensure, it's not because of any political party, and I've said it on the show already. We should all come together because we agree that there should be peace and we sign a pact during the election. Why can't we agree as a political party so that nobody will use it for politics, that our water bodies are being destroyed, so that we can all make a stand against it? Why can't we? Or is it not a national? If we all die from these kinds of things, who will be left for you people to govern? I'm talking to the political class now. Who will you be governing? Your wife and children and family members? Please. The future generation is looking up to us. And I hope I've not offended anybody enough to be arrested. But if it gets there, then so be it. There are pregnant women in jail. So if I also go some and can't hear, we should stop this. We should stop this on all levels and take the people seriously. We know that your paymasters abroad don't care about this. That's why it has not been fixed. But we put you there, and gradually we are getting enlightened. Hopefully, those who watch this, they will understand the issues. And if it continues, we will come and do a 3 episode to translate these things for people to understand that the leader cannot care about another person's foreign policy, another country's foreign policy than their own, just because they give us money. Let me end it here. This has been your African Rural Doctor. Today, I'm very saddened. I'm very angered. So we'll not talk any health today. But Galamsey has a lot of health implications that others have spoken about. And I think if we don't want the future for our children and children's children to be miserable than ours have been, please, this is a call to authority at all levels The trade unions were able they put a timeline to their ban, the ban ultimatum that was given. If it does not happen, we should all go on strike. This is not because we want people to die. This is because we want the generality of Ghanaians to live and have water to drink. We should all go. We should all go on the street and see if they can arrest all of us. We will end here. We will see you in the next episode, hopefully talking about something that is a bit less depressing and elevating. See you in the next episode.